we don't have a following that they care about.
Nobody's
Nobody's coming to
AI
me.
generating
Nobody's AI
us.
generating us. But
If you do, maybe they can make me look a little better. I don't know. Maybe they can touch up the face a little bit.
I tell you, get rid of the wrinkles. Oh my God, trying to get rid of the wrinkles. Hey guys, welcome to the TOWTalk Podcast, and I'm here with Neil. I'm Denise, and in this segment we're going to talk about AI and its impact. We know it's everywhere. We've talked about this before, and how it's changing jobs and different things, but it's also prevalent here on YouTube and in the metaverse. And so I want to show you something. Here we are. All right. So this is called the Bobby Report. Let's go into the Bobby Report first. You can see that there's a lot of content here. Obviously, that's Robert De Niro's image. And he's got a lot of videos. Let's just shoot up the first one here, and let's take a look at this.
All right, so let me tell you what just happened. And I got to be honest with you, this one's got me worried. Really worried. Trump's medical team just sparked a massive panic after stroke rumors started circulating. And I'm not talking about some conspiracy theory cooked up in somebody's basement. I'm talking about legitimate concerns from doctors, physical therapists, medical professionals who are looking.
Okay, we'll just stop it right there. So take a look at how he's dressed. He's got a charcoal blazer on, a black shirt underneath. There's a cup of water there with ice cubes. He's been dressed like this for the past 4 days. Okay? And he's doing recent news. So this is not Robert De Niro. This is an AI image of him. They've taken his image. They've put him into this setting, this artificially created setting with a cup of water. That cup of water, if you watch any of these videos on the Bobby Report, and please don't watch many, we don't want to keep giving them views, you'll notice the ice cubes. They go from 1 ice cube to 2 ice cubes. It's very interesting. The way he's sitting with his hands clasped, and then he opens his hands and goes back and forth to clasp again. That's a repeated motion. It's a repetitive motion. So these are just little signals I'm trying to show you on how to identify artificial images. All right? And so let's go into his channel. And I want you to see something here. Let's go into the description. So up to the day before Thanksgiving, which is the first day I discovered this channel, there was nothing in the description. It was absolutely empty. Obviously, the channel is, let's take a look here. First of all, the channel was created October 30th of this year. It's less than a month old. Already has 61,500 subscribers. They've posted 89 videos and over 1 million views in less than a month. That's astounding, okay? And that alone, I have concerns about. I wonder if this channel was using, you could actually pay for people across the pond there or over in China to go and watch your videos and put up subscriptions in order to build you up, and then you finally start to get through the algorithm shown to hopefully the audience you're trying to get. So what can we say? So here's the disclaimer. Let's read this real quick. This is an independent, fan-made channel not affiliated with Robert De Niro, his team, or any film, political, or public organization. All videos inspired are publicly available. Interviews, speeches, and verified news solely for educational and analytical purposes. We use original voiceover narration, storytelling, and dramatized reenactments to break down complex political events in a clear, emotional, and engaging way. All visuals and voices are independently created and do not feature or represent Robert De Niro himself. Never mind the fact that it looks exactly and sounds exactly like Robert De Niro. And what's more concerning is if you go through the comments, the audience believes this to be authentically him. And so that first of all, this is not fan-made content, right? Neil, I mean, where is the celebration of Robert De Niro and his accomplishments as an actor, as an Academy Award-winning actor?
No, this is just somebody profiting off of De Niro's likeness.
Yeah.
Th-
And it's very,
Right.
very concerning. And it gets more concerning because there's another channel here, which I'll show you. And this is concerning that should be concerning to us or anyone that's a podcaster or has information, has their image or videos of themselves out there, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform you're using, because this really is concerning. Let's take a look. So here's a channel called America's Hope. Let's go into America's Hope. Here it is. First of all, look at that logo, right? It's a peace dove with the olive branch and the star, America's Hope. It sounds like something that's religious. But you come over here and there's 7 videos that are clearly politically generated, politically interest, whatever. But look whose picture that is. You see the picture?
No.
Okay.
You make it a little.
It's a little, yeah, can't make. You might be able to see. Let's go into the channel and see if you recognize this.
Donald Trump is losing his grip on reality
Yes.
and on his MAGA base because it's not just the voters who are quietly backing toward the exits. It's the GOP leadership itself, the people who used to pretend.
So this is how this video goes. That is Rick Wilson. That's Rick Wilson's image. And if we just, I'll just keep it frozen here. That's his setup. Like if you watch his channel, from the Lincoln Project, not necessarily, that might not be a Lincoln Project episode. He's got the Lincoln Project. He's got some other channels associated with it. But I've seen him, and that's kind of his setup. So they're taking from his directly from his own channel. So when we look at this channel, this is really a major concern here. So again, we open it up, same disclaimer, but the channel is 2 years old. Started on October 31st of 2023 and allegedly has 275 videos. Right? I only see 7 videos here, so where did the rest of the content go? And the videos are what, 4 days old here is the oldest video. So a major concern here, and I'm going to stop that, is that might be a hijacked channel. That channel has over 1 million subscribers already. So now
we see that happening all the time. Like if you go on TikTok, if you go on, right, like the idea of we see creators who can't come up with their own content. So what do? They show somebody else's content, and all they do is share somebody else's
like a reactionary content.
Right. And then it becomes a reaction video, right? Like or whatever. And there, but this goes back to the gig society. This goes back to the idea that people, this is one of their 4 jobs or 3 jobs that they have and this is one of the easiest ways to make money is to take a popular creator and do it. The concerning aspect of this is the use of AI generation
to create an image of a well-known podcaster, Rick Wilson. That is an AI-driven image. If you go through those few videos that are there, you'll see him sort of dressed the same way and making the same repeated hand motions on the video, and then his voice being used as a voiceover. And in this case, they just sort of flood those videos with other images and news clips and other stuff. And he does the narration over it, or his voice is used to do narration over it. And again, it's got the same disclaimer. It's not really Rick Wilson. And this is a bigger issue because, again, I see the comments. Oh, Rick, I love your work. Thank you so much. I love the Lincoln Project, blah, blah, blah. And this is pulling viewership from his channel. to this other channel.
It's yes, okay, Rick may lose some money or Robert De Niro's image, but what happens is you build up trust.
Yeah.
And when you build up trust, right, with something that's AI generated, and we've heard this situation over and over again. So if you've been reading the latest, headlines regarding AI has the ability to lie. AI doesn't
Yep.
always provide you with accurate information. There was a recent first-year law student that ended up getting fired from their job and sanctioned by the court because what they ended up doing was they ended up putting together a brief, right, or whatever they submit in law in courts, right? You know better than I do, right? What those are, but they submitted something that had citations in it. Right now, a citation is you're
That's
citing other court
other
cases
court
that may
cases,
have
yes.
occurred, right?
And then it needs to be
Well,
done correctly.
and it needs to be done correctly. Well, AI generated fictitious court cases that never even were in court.
Oh shit!
Right. So when the judge got them, they had never even heard of those cases. They went to look them up, and the cases never exist. They never
couldn't
happened. They
shepherdize
were
them. Yeah.
right. It was what AI has the tendency to do is they can create composites. So they take a bunch of different things, right, and put it together and then create a composite that is geared towards maybe your thought pattern, what maybe you want to see, maybe answers you want, right? So it's not really factual, okay?
Wow.
And so what's happening here is we look at it as, okay, well, somebody's doing this for money or monetary, but we don't know the reason. It could be that maybe 10 videos from now, right? So all these videos get the same type of people, right? So that maybe they're looking to pull liberals in. Next thing you know, right, it's very much a right-wing message.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That you're
And that's what I was
pumping
getting
out.
at with these videos.
Right.
That is where,
Right.
you know,
So
that's
right. So it becomes really nefarious at that point in time of what information are you getting? Is it factual, and what's the source of it?
it's certainly, if you again, I started this by watching one video from the Bobby report, but I noticed this sort of herky-jerky movement and the glass of water with the ice cubes, and I was like, "Oh, I've got, I'm concerned."
Right.
But the story was the story that he was reporting on, or that the character was reporting on, was the shooting on Wednesday of the National Guard's people. But it was spreading misinformation. At that point, they were spreading that both of them were killed. And so that's what was happening, and people were watching that, and he put a very emotional, dramatic, oh, these people aren't going to be there for Thanksgiving. Now obviously one of them, Sarah, I think her name was Sarah Bradshaw, I think. I don't know the last name, but her name was Sarah. She passed away yesterday, which is incredibly sad. That this is and this is a separate issue, but my point is that this artificial version of Robert De Niro is being used to spread news and information that you're going to want to trust. Now, I don't know if Robert De Niro actually has his own platform, or if he's even involved in doing any kind of podcasting.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's irrelevant here. But, if the information ends up being not credible, that could also land on him.
But
People might.
But what we're seeing is we're seeing something more nefarious happening.
Yeah.
Okay? Because right, we're seeing that the government fact checker, like they all got fired, right? Like, so this idea, it sort of goes to what I had been saying all along. It's not about providing you with factual information for you to make an informed decision. It's about what can they sell you. So
Get you to believe.
these artificial bots that are creating this material, okay, for you to consume, right? Remember, This is capitalism. This is consumer. You are consuming information.
Yes, we as
Okay,
the content consumer.
right. So you're then going to start consuming this information, and you're going to and listen. I'll be the first one to say, two things came across my eyes this past week, both of which were false, right? And I shared them. I think I shared both, maybe one or two of them with you, Denise. And they turned out to be false, right? But when I Googled them, there was actually like write-ups, but then you look at the sources and you realize, oh, those are AI sources. Okay, so now what you're seeing is you're not just seeing one source providing you this information. You're seeing AI. Its tentacles are everywhere.
Very
Okay,
dangerous.
so you could get some information, not realize that it's false, or maybe you want to do what I do and Google that information, and you may get more false information.
Because Google's AI might not have it right.
Because Google AI may be picking up the AI that gave you the false information in the first place. Remember, it's all about content being pulled out. So if you're searching content that was put out by AI, another AI or that AI is going to recognize its own content, and it'll say yes, and it'll generate what you want to see. Okay, this there are a lot. Other countries have regulations on this stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly where I'm getting. We need regulations. And they don't want to do it.
And there's another point to this too that I really want to bring up, and we're sort of moving on time. So the other part of this is the financial aspect. Okay, that I wanted to bring up too.
Yeah.
Okay. Recent reports, I believe by ProPublica and on a bunch of others came out, and basically it said that there's an inflation in the market related to AI. Okay, that AI is basically that bubble. We had the bubble in 2008. We had a bubble in 2001.
It's about
right?
to
These
burst.
bubbles. We have another bubble related to AI, and what it really comes down to is they are building these AI data centers, and they're just basically servers that suck a lot of energy, right, and use a lot of water to keep cool, right? It's water and energy, okay, and they don't know what they're using them for. So an executive of a company recently came out, okay, and they said that the board came down with an order, right, saying, we want to move to AI.
Right.
Move us to AI, right? So there's this directive coming down. Well, you're a senior executive in one of these large companies, right? I've worked in these companies. I know what these companies are like, right? The first question you ask is, what problem am I solving? Okay?
Right.
When you are in upper and middle management, right? Your goals are, right, keep profits flowing, okay, and solve problems, right? That's your job, right? You are not customer facing. The people who are customer facing are way below you, right? Like on they're the like your customer reps,
Right.
your sales reps. Those are the people who are customer facing. You as upper and middle management, you're just trying to solve problems to help them, okay? So now all of a sudden it goes, well, what problem am I solving? Right? Like what am I looking to do with this? Right?
I don't know. Let's ask AI.
So they went and asked, the executives, right? The CEO and the board, okay, well, what problem am I solving? And they said, we don't know, right? We just know that this is the direction of the world and we need to follow.
Meaning
okay?
just get AI because.
Right.
Just get it because. We don't have any problems,
right.
But let's just get AI and have AI handle
it. You have these billionaires, right, who are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into AI.
Far more than they're going to get out of it.
Right. With absolutely no ROI. return on investment.
Right.
They have absolutely no idea how they are going to generate income from these things. And now I'm going to get a little technical for some people,
Okay.
right? I'm going to get a little technical for some people. Anybody remember Enron?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody remember
Oh,
Enron?
yes.
Right?
I bought a little Enron.
Enron took down the energy markets because they had tons of off-balance sheet risk. Okay? That was debt that was not on their balance sheet. All these AI farms that they're setting up are all off-balance sheet risk. Okay? They are not on their financials. Meta doesn't have them on their financial statements. NVIDIA doesn't have them. No one has them. That's if you're looking there, Larry Ellison and Michael I now forgot his last name.
Yeah, I think
Right. These two guys made tons of money. They were featured in the movie The Big Short and the book The Big Short. Okay. Larry Ellison is one of the richest people in the world. We've talked about him in the past on our podcast.
Owner of
He's
Oracle
been
and
really
Paramount.
big. Right. Paranoid, AI is going to take over the world, all that kind of crap.
And yet
right?
he's involved in AI taking over the world right now.
The interesting part is he's short. Both Michael, Michael, I can't remember his last name now. Michael Berry, Michael Berry and Larry Ellison are short on NVIDIA and Meta. Okay. And it's interesting that they're short because of the AI, right? They're betting against the market.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So they're looking to short the market.
Short, right? It generally means you're betting against the market. You
Yes.
believe that that the stock is going to come down, okay? And you're going to make a lot of money when that happens, when the stock comes down. So you now have some of the biggest players out there, right, betting against the market. They know what's about to come.
Yep.
Okay? They are all seeing it. They're warning us, right? We are not taking the warning. We're like, hey, let's keep throwing our money down the toilet and putting it into the markets because they're going to get the bailout.
It's coming.
Right. Not only are they going to get all the money because they're betting against the markets, right? So they're the ones that are going to actually be benefiting from it. They're going to get the bailout afterwards from the government. Well,
that's our tax dollars, by the way.
Right.
So just making sure we get that out there.
But this is important to discuss that there's no ROI on all this stuff.
Right.
They're pouring hundreds of billions of dollars. The government is pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into AI. They're taking us on this huge roller coaster where we're going chugging up, tick, 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 right? When we come across that other side, it's going to be disaster, right?
Really disaster, yeah.
To replace my job, right? Yeah, I would see at some point in time maybe AI might replace accountants out there, right? But it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it really
can't.
Here's the biggest concern. So they're betting against AI, yet they're building out AI data centers, including, by the way, what is the former power plant? Not Shoreham. Shoreham is Long Island, but the power plant down in Westchester.
Oh, the Power Authority, New York Power Authority.
Right. Well, it was the former. Indian Point. Thank you. Yeah. They are looking to put a data center there, and there's a fight for that. So the thing is that there's billions and probably trillions of dollars going into this, and by what you just said, they know that financially they're likely going to lose unless they short, which they're shorting. Why are they doing this? Well, it's to get our data, to be able to keep.
It's also, yeah, but it's also not about. They're not spending their money.
That's true. That's true. We're going to do the bailout.
People don't seem to understand how this works. They get to build these data centers, they're getting tax breaks. They're getting
Contract money.
they're getting grants from the government to go into AI, all this other stuff. So your tax dollars are paying for these data centers, are paying for this R&D into AI,
And for the
okay,
surveillance.
right? And for the surveillance, right? These companies are then taking out debt, right? Which is financed because it's public debt, so it's being financed by your pensions and various other things. Okay, right? Like, so all these things are meant to offload risk onto somebody else. So then they have all this basically, debt. They're getting all this money from the government, tax breaks, you name it, building these data centers. These individuals are shorting it, right? The CEOs are shorting, right? Everybody's shorting it, and then all of a sudden when everything goes to crap, okay, the billionaires and CEOs all make their money, okay? The company ends up taking the hit, okay? Ends up going down, right? But they'll get a bailout from the government. They'll get your tax dollars to bail it out. Okay. Yeah. And then you end up holding the stick because now, right, who is holding all the debt? Who's giving all the tax bailouts? Who's doing all that?
Yep.
It's you, right? It's your pension money. It's your tax dollars, all of which are going to go to fix what they broke.
Which they're breaking deliberately.
Right. And when you see who's walking away, right? Remember how I said the cartoon with the guys
with
like
the money?
In the bag? I'm gonna have to get put up in the corner, right? A guy with a bag of cash walking away, right? With our money, because that's what they're gonna be. That's what all these billionaires are gonna be. They're gonna be the ones walking away with the bags of cash.
And meanwhile, the deficit will go up even more. And we'll be left holding that. Our children, our grandchildren, probably great-grandchildren will be left with that debt. So that's what's happening with AI. And in the meantime, they create all these artificial characters to entertain you that we think are real people, which keep us distracted and keep us busy instead of paying attention to what's really going on. So, folks,
and feeding us misinformation in
a lot of misinformation
to ensure our compliance.
You see how that works, folks? So, folks, you got to. We're doing this to keep you alert, to help you. So I showed you a couple of AI videos containing real celebrities, real people that are not real in those videos. So I showed you little ways to see how they are fake. And, please, especially if it's a well-known podcaster that you do follow, you could see Midas Touch people. A lot of people follow them, or Brian Tyler Cohen, or any of these other people that we follow all the time. I don't think we're at risk. I think we're good for now. We don't have a following that they care about.
Nobody's
coming up there. Nobody's AI generating us. But
if you do, maybe they can make me look a little better. I don't know. Maybe they can touch up the face a little.
I tell you, get rid of the wrinkles. Oh my God. Trying to get rid of the wrinkles. But yeah, folks, you gotta pay attention. This is where we are today, and without having proper regulation, AI can run amok, really, over our information. We've already heard Grok go completely Nazi. So what is it? Grok, whatever.
Grok, yeah.
Yeah. So, folks, pay attention. All right. This was a public service announcement. Watch out for AI. And in the meantime, you know what? Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. And let's keep this conversation going because it's really important. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click the little bell so you get notified when new videos drop. We promise not to annoy you too much. And in the meantime, we love you, and we will see you soon. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.
Peace out.